I work in the dining hall here at the University of Georgia, part of the student culinary team. Take ourselves pretty seriously, and I work with some pretty weird people. The other day, this guy, while I was working, came up to me. This is real, what he said. He came up to me and he said, "You know, Jake, if I had $1 for every time I wanted to punch you in the face, I'd be a pretty poor guy, because you're a good dude." What I wanted to ask of him was, why in this hypothetical situation is wanting to punch me in the face your only form of income? You can do other things. Another guy while I was working, different guy. I was making grilled cheese, and he came up to me and he just goes, "Fuck yeah, grilled cheese! Today's the day." What is today? Can't muster that level of enthusiasm about anything, much less a sandwich. I don't know. Speaking of food, have you guys ever seen this where someone will drop a piece of food on the ground and they'll pick it up and they'll go, and then they'll eat it? Like, that's not how germs work. You're going to get sick. And if you ever confront them about it, they'll be like, "Oh no, I'm building my immune system. Like, maybe you wouldn't have to build your immune system if you didn't go around eating floor food. That's gross. That's like saying you want to get punched in the face to increase your pain tolerance. I'm just not going to get punched in the face. Punched in the face is like crippling disease in this analogy. People be at the water fountain filling up entire water bottles, and I'm like, man, I just want a quick sip. You guys ever been driving and seen one of those signs that said hidden driveway? Like me, I'm sure some of y'all are children of the 90s. We have any 90s people here? 90s? Represent. One of my friends posted on Facebook the other day the commercial, a YouTube link to the commercial for Nick Magazine. You guys remember Nickelodeon Magazine, please? Yeah, it was the best. That commercial is like ingrained in my childhood memory, and I rewatched it, and there was a pretty interesting part in it. When it tells the phone number to call, it says, "Now kids, you must have a real live adult call." And the key word there is live. Because it makes me think that at some point in the 90s, someone who worked for Nickelodeon was watching Weekend at Bernie's. And they were like, "We have no legal protection against this. No clever kids are going to Bernie me out of a 6-month subscription." So, you guys, I got asked by a girl the other day for me to hand her purse. Guys, have you guys ever had to hand a girl her purse? Like, I realized when I was doing it, there's this unspoken rule that when a guy has to hand a girl a purse, we're not allowed to we have to forget for a second how bags work. We can't acknowledge we understand the function of it at all. We have to grab it we don't know what is this? And we have to I found myself contorting my arm around. "Oh, here you go. Yeah, I don't know." It's sad that we have to do that. And we're I don't use this, nor will I acknowledge how it works. It's just, guys guys are weird. I read the Bible on a somewhat frequent basis. I'm not one of the crazies. Don't worry. But the Bible is a pretty interesting book. I don't know if you guys have ever read it. But in the New Testament, a lot of the books are like letters that people wrote to each other. And what's kind of weird is like towards the end of each one, they start getting kind of conversationally and they start like making plans with each other. It just doesn't. It seems too casual for like a holy book. Like it'll be all serious, and then it'll be like, so yeah, we still meeting up outside of Antioch in 5 days. Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Hey, don't let Barnabas read the map this time. Thessalonians 4:28. The word of our Lord. So kids are pretty racist. Right? Can we all acknowledge that? I'll explain. I was at a family reunion a few weeks ago, and I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and I noticed that my cousin had this poster board that he made for school about Native Americans. And I'm taking a class on Native Americans, so I wanted to know. I was like, hey Clark, I saw him. He's like 8 or 9, 8 or 9. So I was like, hey Clark, I saw your project on Native Americans. That's pretty cool. And he goes, yeah, Jake, it's really interesting. He said, did you know that Native Americans used to live here, but then the humans came? Yeah, I said, Clark, Native Americans are humans too. And he said, yeah, well, basically. This is our great nation, where all men were created basically equal. Alright, you guys, my name's Jake Brannon. Y'all have been very nice.